Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got actually a pretty big surprise. I think for you guys and definitely for me. So this was sent to me by Polish Custom Knives. I'm going to link them right down below. But I didn't realize that they were actually sending me something. I don't know if they intended for this to be a surprise. Sometimes they do that. Sometimes they like to, send fun stuff for me to share with everybody. But a while back, the reason I opened up the initial box. I didn't actually open up the pouch. I haven't looked at this yet. But I did see the card, and I started to read and thought, oh no, I don't want to read anymore because this is wild. A while back, I had DM'd them saying, hey, wow, that's cool you guys are doing this now. And they're like, yeah, thanks. And that's where it ended. And I realized I think this is that. I don't know yet. I haven't opened it up yet, but I'm very excited. Thanks so much to Polish Custom Knives for sending this in. Links for Polish Custom Knives in the description, like I said. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. And please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. Okay, we got to get into this. I gotta see. I legitimately stopped reading the card because the certificate of authenticity comes outside of this, right? So when you open up, like if you get one of these knives, you'll see the certificate before you see the actual knife, as it should be. But I stopped reading at the top intentionally because I legitimately just really want to be as surprised as possible. Oh, man. Oh, we came out just a tad there. Flipper tab, but I cannot believe. Oh, man. It's a full DLC. Oh, look at this. Gosh. This is a full DLC Dragonfly. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, man. A shadow dragon. I'm trying to clean her off there. Wow, that is so nasty. That is absolutely disgusting. Oh, in the best way, in the truest sense of the word. Look at that. That's such an unbelievably beautiful controlled action. That is just magnificent. Okay, so it's time to actually read. Boy, you guys really have those detents absolutely nailed down. So this is now... I got these other two out because I read Dragonfly. I did not know that they were sending me a full DLC Dragonfly. The one that I saw on their site was just the DLC Blade. This was an intentional surprise. I guarantee they said send this one to Metal Complex. Oh man, that is so cool. So I own two Dragonflies. I own my user Dragonfly, which is also M398 in titanium. And then my first custom ever was a full custom Damacor and Timascus Dragonfly. So we are legitimately completing the trifecta. We have, the lightest to the darkest and every color in between on the spectrum. Oh my goodness. Let's look at this card, man. Dragonfly 225, DLC coded 62 Rockwell M398, that's fine with me. DLC coded titanium grade 5, DLC coded titanium for the backspacer, and DLC coded titanium for the clip. Oh my goodness, absolutely beautiful. And of course it does come with the tool to adjust the pivot. That is just so nice. So let's get some close-ups here. That's a true DLC, absolutely. And then we have the mirror polished edge. We have the fluting, which is just really nice. They managed to get that all coated. Nice polished, coated hardware there. Polished, coated, or I'm sorry, just coated backspacer. Gonna be real. I do like the flat look on this. I'm trying to get all this. It's one thing, like you say, like I've got other knives that are like a polished DLC and they're fingerprint magnets, but even a flat DLC is also a fingerprint magnet, just not in the same sense. These areas that are textured don't pick up fingerprints nearly as much because you're really just touching, of course, like the peaks on the ridges and everything. Boy, that is beautiful. I really thought, just kind of feeling this all out here. Oh, man, that feels good. I think this guy absolutely is a little bit heavier than this one. And I think it's almost exactly the same detent as my custom here. Now, after talking with him, each one of these detents is tuned individually. I mean, I feel like that's kind of the same. I mean, like you could say the same thing about Hinderer knives, right? They all got slightly different tuning. But I remember because one of my micro stings, I said, the detent's a little light here. And I assumed mistakenly that all Herman detents were tuned exactly the same per model, right? So I figured if my micro sting is light, then all of them are. No, I was wrong about that. And I was apparently wrong in assuming that about a lot of knives, right, in that tier, they're tuned like individually. And if something ends up not being the way that you want it, apparently you can contact them and send it back and have them tune it. Now, they're in Poland. These knives are made in Poland, if you don't know. They're in Poland, so obviously that's got to take quite a trip, right? But it is something that is offered to you, right? Which I think is extremely cool. Yeah, that is really something pretty exquisite there. That is really cool. Especially now, if there's a model, like if you've ever looked at Herman knives, and it's kind of a Goldilocks situation here. If you thought, that's cool, but it's just a bit plain. Or, well, that's cool, but it's a bit wacky, and holy moly, is that expensive. I think it's going to be really nice to know for a lot of people that Herman is now doing DLC. What this means is any of those models, they're obviously capable of doing a full DLC or a partial DLC of any of their models. The one that I was looking at, the one that I said, hey, this is cool. This is really, really, neat that you guys are able to do this. It was literally just a black DLC blade, and then the frame looked like this, kind of a reverse tuxedo, I think is what we call it. And I thought that was really nice, right? So if they're going to start throwing DLC into the mix of options that they already have, and if you have never taken a look at the massive array of options that Herman Knives offers through their line, go look, because wow, it's wild. Like they combine so many different things. I love that they're apparently going to be throwing this into the mix. You guys have got to do, shadow or shade or darkness versions, whatever you want to call it, right? Microtech calls their stuff shadow, whatever you want to call this, I think that a lot of people who are interested in Herman knives would love the idea of picking up a full DLC version of their favorite knife, right? Or perhaps maybe if that's your first Herman, right? If they didn't have that tactical enough look for you, then they got it now. Oh man. That is just spectacular. I am over the moon. What an awesome surprise. Wow. Yeah. I think maybe I'm going to have to talk with them about buying that one. That I don't know that I can let that one go. I don't know I can let that one go. Oh, man. I've got the tinglies over that one. Okay. I've already reviewed the Dragonfly. It is the largest knife in the Herman line, and if you're looking for a large knife, these are custom made, right? These are very, very nice knives, and some of the best in this tier. And enough of them are out there now that you don't have to just take my word for it. You can hear from other people in the community or other content creators who have handled these things and can talk about them, right? This has beautiful ergonomics. The cutting edge is absolutely insane. I mean, these things are absolutely razor sharp. God, it's biting into my fingernail. Really, really awesome. And they use M390, M398, LMAX. They use Damacor, Damasteel, Damast, Balbach, Damask. Lots of different stuff, right? So, they probably have some configuration that, if you're looking for like an ultimate high-end top tier knife, you can probably find it through Herman Knives. So that's going to be pretty much it for today's upload. Thank you so much to Polish Custom Knives for sending this in for me to share with everybody. This was a spectacular, spectacular surprise. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like. So check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.